Okay, we're going to look at part F, which is the saturated solution equilibria. So this has two parts. The first part has to do with the sodium chloride. So I'm going to start with saturated sodium chloride. Be sure to do the calculation they ask you to do in the lab. So I'm just going to put some here in my test tube. It's basically a clear, colorless liquid. And I'm going to add to it another clear, colorless liquid, concentrated hydrochloric acid. So this is just going to shoot some in here. And I think you can see the precipitate forming at the top. So you're seeing some white solid happening there, maybe against my dark. Okay, so you get some white precipitate. So adding the hydrochloric acid is causing us to see a white precipitate. Okay, and the second part, close that up. The second part, we've got, it's about barium chromate. So we're going to start with some barium chloride. Okay, I have it right here in front of me. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of barium chloride in the bottom of this test tube. We're using big test tubes just to make it easier to mix. Doesn't really matter how much I use. Okay, and then a few drops of the sodium chromate. So barium chloride was a clear colorless solution. The potassium chromate is yellow. So as I add it, you'll see that we form a precipitate. So you've gotten all cloudy again here. Okay, so you're seeing a precipitate, looks like a pale yellow precipitate. So now we've got our barium chromate is the precipitate we just formed. So that barium chromate is in equilibrium with its ions. Okay. Now what we're going to do is add a little bit of HCl and disrupt that equilibrium. Let's see what happens. Okay, so add a little bit of hydrochloric acid, and we got orange. Okay. So it turned it from yellow to orange. When you try to answer this one, it's going to help you to go back to part D, the chromate dichromate ion equilibrium, and you're going to see similar things there. So our yellowish precipitate became a orange solution with, really doesn't look like there's any precipitate left there at all. Okay, and that's it.